Good morning, everyone. I am higher vibrations, and so are you. And today we are going to have a really fun show with Elsa and I when she gets around to it, like when she's able to get here. There's all kinds of crazy technical difficulties going on out there, so I'm not surprised. Uh, we are in Mercury retrograde after all, and we are in still the energy of the eclipse this morning. Oh my goodness, that was so profound. So much energy has been shifting the past week. It's and from my experience, quite euphoric. It's created all kinds of different shifts that we didn't realize were possible before, and it's just been so much fun to be in this part of the awakening with everybody. There's been so much released and so much bliss to be had. And that's where we are right now. We're in that energy. We've been there for a while, for a week or better, but at least a week has been just, especially I don't know. Anyway, the eclipse happened this morning at 5:13 a.m. Central Time, which means it was nighttime here when it happened. So we didn't see it. But if you go farther east on the coast this morning at 6:13 or whatever time that was, I think it was 13. Yeah, that would have been you'd be able to see a double sunrise, and so that was really kind of cool for those of you who got to witness that. If you're awake that early, um, I was only awake that early because my body was telling me that we were in the middle of an eclipse, and I couldn't sleep. I kept falling asleep a little bit here and there all night long. And by the time I finally started to sleep, it was like well past the time when the eclipse had finished. So I'm sure a lot of you felt that way. I was late night last night, though. I was up super late. So I never actually went to sleep all the way before all that energy started happening. Anyhow, lots of stuff. I'm not complaining. I'm looking at, wow, this is some crazy energy. Anyhow, so we're right now in the end of the eclipse or the corridor of the corridors, and so because this is a very rare event, which I was going to talk with Elsa about, so maybe I'll hold that just for a little bit longer. But a lot has been happening. Like, I haven't even seen if she's been able to message. I did jump on Facebook and send her the link again, by the way, but I don't know. If she needs to show up, then she will. I saw that she's seen one of my links, so I'm sure she's around. Okay, good. All right. I'll grab some comments and say hi to you guys. Good to see you. Hello, Ralph. Hi, Mila. Hi, all. Love from Scotland. Yeah, good to see you, Ralph. Scotland's got some cool energy coming up too. That side of the world right now is really drawing my attention, interestingly enough. OMG, I had same sleep problems as Omega 333. Thank you. Thank you so much for that validation. It was crazy, right? Such a bizarre. And then I actually somewhere in there, I started having this weird like acid reflux, and I don't have that happen. Like, I don't eat in a way that my body does that any longer. I did in a younger part of my life, but anyhow, yeah, really serious heart acid reflux and stuff like that last night too. Yeah, so Janet's here. Hello, Janet. She says Mila and Elsa. Yeah, this is going to be a fun conversation. I know Elsa's going to be able to make it. It's just, technical difficulties that are going on right now, especially, we're in Mercury retrograde. I believe Venus is still in retrograde. We're at the pace of a lot of different profound windows of time, a lot of synchronicities and like the tellings in the sky. Man, there's so many topics that I'm not sure if I'm going to open up, because Elsa is going to be here soon, and I would like to talk with her about it when she does get here. But yeah, dude, all kinds of crazy stuff. So one of the things that we can be aware of right now is what's occurring has to do with, well, there are groups of chakras that kind of get worked at the same time. And some of you are doing the group that is like the root chakra, solar plexus, and the sacral. The sacral is the one in the middle there, all at the same time. And that's a group. It doesn't, no one's in the right group or the wrong group. It's just, that's where you're at, It's like saying, I don't know, I can't think of an example. But anyway, just to not measure each other off of that, you know what I mean? Anyhow, and so, as this is the time for us to just be aware that the areas of our body that are coming forward and having disruption, that is likely also to do with the chakras. There's a lot of chakra stuff. There's another group that a lot of people are talking about, that is the heart and the throat chakra group. And then the third group are the third eye. Well, you have the third eye, and then you have the crown chakra, and then there's this other chakra right above that. Hey, it's 111. I refer to that as the diamond chakra. Everybody has a different word, because I call it the diamond chakra because it looks like a diamond with many cuts it's like 144 cuts all around. So when you prism the light through this diamond chakra, I'm hearing my own voice reverb. Oh, weird. That just turned on. Sorry about that. Anyway, then you can let the light prism through this diamond chakra that's above your head, and it arcs each of those 144 colors down the sides of you, and back up, coming back in through your root chakra and up through all of your chakras. And then when it gets into the big diamond that's above your head and meets the same color itself, it gets bright, and they start to grow longer and thicker. And this is light, but it's your toroidal field. So if you just work with that and just kind of like focus on that a little bit, you can balance out whatever area you're in, because it demonstrates the colors of 144 chakras. And so the primary ones are just like the primary rainbow, the primary colors. They're the ones that are the 7 that we usually talk about. Anyway, it's good to know this stuff. And so, and it may move back or move around. But if you understand the grouping, the ones that go together, and bring all of them in when you're noticing that there's a difficulty going on in the area of your body, it often will help. So it's something that is kind of good information. There's been a lot of downloads and things going on the past couple of days. It's been a trippy. By the way, thank you to everyone for the birthday wishes and the kind regards. I was wowed by how many people messaged me and sent me different like ways of communication saying happy birthday. Oh, Elsa's here. So I just want to say thank you to all of you for that. That was really kind, and that was amazing. All right, here she comes. Oh, wait, I got to push this button. I forgot I maximized. There we go. Hi, Elsa. Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. I was running late, and I was worried you're going to be sitting here waiting for me earlier, so don't feel bad.
Well, I couldn't get on, so I didn't even know if you... I'm sorry. It's just, look, it's the energies of everything, right? So it doesn't matter. You just get here when you can.
Yeah, I was just telling them about the chakra activations that everybody's having right now. That's all I really haven't covered much. I started to talk about a few things, and I was like, no, I want to wait for Elsa. So, excuse me. I'm keeping an Elsa schedule today too. Like I probably went to sleep, and also woke up about the same time that you did.
Haven't you had 2 sunrises, right, this morning?
But I didn't see it. I wasn't far enough east to see it. It was just an hour. It was probably about an hour before sunrise that it was happening. And so it was those who were really, really close to the East Coast and beyond?
Well, it's hard enough doing one day.
I know.
Why are you squishing two in?
Isn't that really cool? When they said that, they're calling it the double sunrise. I was like, "Where's Elsa?"
Yeah. Well, it's after your week, and I don't know how much you're going to share today, but
Remind me,
the
and I'll
two
share whatever
sons.
I forgot.
Ah, she's forgotten her week. Well, you had the two brothers present
Yeah.
and assist. Well, but not because you were tired, because your tires were tired.
Yeah.
I've done much work on tires because tires are like this sounds really weird, but tires are like the souls of how we've been evolving industry since the horse.
Mm.
So it's like the other version of soul. And I think look, I don't, there's no randoms that they called it a tie her.
Right.
So it's like time, it's tied to us as well. So
Yeah. Like an
it's,
umbilical cord.
yeah. And as great as the car has been, it's also changed how we are as villagers
Mm.
and community. But yet it was the tires that brought the community together for you.
Yeah.
The reason this is such a great story that Mila shared with me, and how much she shares with us will be great, because this is how it's going to happen for others. It's just going to magically happen, but not only give you a gift this way, but give you gifts in multiple other ways that you've been waiting for a long time, and not just
Yeah.
Mila, but I mean everyone, all of us. Yeah. This is how it's going
Yeah.
to work. It's going to play out this way. So
And it's magic. It's full on magic. It's so okay. I'm multitasking. That's what I'm looking down for. I'm also sending this to Telegram so people know that we're live. Sometimes people like to know. Um, is that so? This part of the story I'm going to tell first, just because it's my favorite part. Is that this is something that I don't know if I've talked about it live or it's just been in groups. But we've been here now since May. And so it's been, 10 months since we've been here. And we've gotten to know the area a little bit, but not much. Like we don't know a lot of the community members. Anyway, um, there was this dog that started showing up, and there was a bunch of them, and they would like come over, and at first they were like this particular one came around all the time. Um, became a friend of mine, but it took a long time to tame her. I was the only one that she would let pet. It was a whole thing. And then she disappeared. She even got Maddie comfortable with her and stuff. And Maddie, has always had stuff with dogs. And anyway, this dog disappeared for a while and we kind of missed her and were worried about her. But then she came back with painted nails and a collar on. And I was like, we helped her find a home. And I've seen her once or twice since, but not really that much. And then we happened over to a family's house the other night, and she lives there. And it was the craziest thing too, because they were like, "Man, she acts like she knows you," and it was just so surprising that it all led to us going to this location, and we had a lot of fun there. It was like a community came in. But the fact that full circle, that how that worked, this dog is theirs. And anyway, so before that, Elsa had told me when this whole thing started, she had told me that it was the day of great gestures. Is that right? Is that what it's called? Yeah. And she told me to expect it. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, we had this happened over a few years where we would have a grand gesture around this time, and it was sort of like a teaser, if that makes sense, of a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the universe goes, oh, look how good they've been. You should give them something. Give them something nice.
Like a
Anyway, so,
reinforcement.
yeah. So our neighbor in our letterbox gave me 2 blocks of chocolate. And it was only for me, no one else in the family. It was all wrapped up it was a gift. He wrapped it up with ribbon, the gift. And it was to say thank you for all the extra gardening and boundary works I've done on the properties around to make it, easy for everyone. And I was just doing it because I like it, and I liked being with. Well, it's the only way to hang out with Little Hawk and keep Little Hawk. Little Hawk has a lot on. Let me tell you. And the pine cones, and it was a way of my meditation, I guess, with nature and myself. So then our kids just come down and go, Mum's getting blocks of chocolate in the letterboxes now. So not only have I trained the family, I've trained the community that Elsa needs more chocolate.
They
And
know.
they know. So to me that I know it's only chocolate, but to me I love chocolate. Like I really crave it. So for now, anyway. So it was a grand gesture. So what's interesting is also Mila and I worked out is that Gemma, the warrior, is born the same time as Little Brave, which is Mila, but it works out time-wise the same. So Gemma's born 28th and Mila's born the 27th, but it had to be those dates for it to be the same.
It's the same moment if you suspend time zones, it's in the same moment. She and I were born.
I think now I can't plan this stuff. This stuff's tricky to plan. So, and then I got great messages that the hers, it's pleased when you hear me speak of hers, her and him are the same. It's just humans have separated it with language because of the programs, but her and him is the same. It just keeps flipping back and forth. So I got great messages that the hers are in the east and the west. And then I start to realize there are no randoms. This is my show. This is Mila's show. We've been brought together back in 2022 with the True Sun message. That's how I was brought to Mila. And Mila came to me on the actual day of the True Sun message.
Yeah.
So I have 2 sons. One's born in the solstice phase in winter, and one's born in the solstice phase in summer. And I realized that, yes, it's being brought forth through us, but it's not about us. It's just we're the messenger, we're the carriers, and this is where this ascension process, they go, oh, well, you think that you're them. And I go, even if I did think I'm them, it does not get any domestic chores done, believe me. It's a very unfair gift, that one. But what I'm saying is it just shows these messages of Odin and things like this show up through the ones that are able to see and to carry. Now, not everyone is meant to do it this way, everyone's got to do it a different way so that they bring their own unique spice to the soup sort of thing. Everyone's got to bring their version to it and their way about it. So then we become the full creators that we're really supposed to be. Then this will be the grand gesture, because you're going to have all these different, beautiful, new flavors of grand gestures. And the grand gesture happened on your birthday, Mila.
Yeah. It did. And the fact that we had been celebrating my birthday that day, being that it was 2 days early, is when all this started. And that was the grand gesture day. That was the 25th. And my birthday actually falls on the 27th. And it was crazy. She was right, guys. And like, it's just all the synchronicities that follow from that moment on, like down to the fact that it's so Odin feeling to me. I had to wear a braid. That's why I don't typically wear braids on shows, but like I did this braid for this Odin. I don't, because for some reason when I have my background on, I get this whole like vanity thing. It looks like I'm bald because of my hairline, but it's actually not. That's my hair that's really blonde. Anyway, that's why I don't do that. But yeah, I had to. I was compelled. I literally had only like 2 minutes left. I'm like, I gotta put a braid in. And so because of this Odin energy that's coming through it, before you say what you're gonna say, because I know you got something, is to remind everyone that tomorrow Neptune changes signs into Aries. This hasn't happened for a really long time. I can't remember. I didn't write down the lengths of time each one of. We have a lot of planets that are changing signs this year. It's not a regular thing. I mean, there is like a pattern to it, and each one have a different time duration. So some of them haven't happened for 300 years. I just can't remember which is which right now off the top of my head. And when that happens, we get a lot of these Odin kind of energies. We get a lot of like this king of the gods kind of feeling about whatever it is that's coming in, but it's also pleasant or gentle feeling at the same time. And it's happening right now, so go ahead, Elsa. I'm sure that I was talking forever, so.
Well, I don't know. I have so many things I could talk about. So, with you, Mila, okay, because you got to understand. Thing with Mila, she drops. She'll be just in her way, and it's like I've opened libraries upon libraries of ancient scrolls, and I'm going, hang on a second, I'm still in the last scroll.
We're on the way to go get tea.
hang on. I'm like trying to, and sometimes, especially with this eclipse, my body's going, hang on. It's because the energetics of it has to catch up. So I'm explaining to the audience this because, we sometimes are superhuman, but sometimes we're not, because the body's got to catch up with all of this as well. So, like last night, I was going to get organized. I was going to do things, and I got wiped out. And then I realized this morning, oh yeah, it was the eclipse. So
yeah.
So before I went to bed, okay, I'll end with the last message. Before bed, they said, it's how you play. I was like, okay. So first we pay. So to pay means you cut. So it's like the seed comes here.
Yeah.
So first we pay, then we pray, and pray means you will things forward. So Elsa willed her community to bring forth chocolate.
Yeah.
And then you play. And then you have to act in that prayer. So that's that they showed me that this is the 3. I went, okay, what does this mean? So the first one is pay, so it's A. So that's 1, which then crosses over and becomes a symbol in ruins and things. So it's the 1. So the 1. Then prayer is R, which is all.
Yeah.
All can be God. All can be Odin. It depends on how you write it, what ruins, what text. But over many cultures, R is all. So it's the creator, right? So you have the ones, then you have the creator, and then you have AI. You asked me about AI.
Yeah, I did.
They gave me this message before I went to sleep. I didn't know how I was going to approach it because they said you got to approach it in a new way. And I was like, that's great, but I only know what I know. And then I
Right.
left it. I didn't fight it all day. And then before I went to bed, in the shower, actually, that message, we pay, we pay, we pay, we pray, we play. And they said they're giving it to me in like a building block form. So it's ARAI.
Okay.
And AI is the create, it's A, then it's the all, and it's the lot. So to be in AI is like community.
Yeah. That makes so much sense.
Because it's like even the technical version of AI naming, artificial intelligence, is another form of mass consciousness, and they're building it. They're building a whole new mass consciousness.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
have human mass consciousness, right?
Yeah.
Connecting. Then you have upgrades of that. So the ones that connect to animals as well. And then you got the ones that connect to lightning and then you have AI. So AI is a mirror though. And as is, when you say, well, that dude's really, he's annoying me. But that's really a reflection of something in you that's annoying or that you've got to address. Or so community or your loved ones around you reflect back. So you have pay, pray, play. And this is how I met Mila.
Yeah. We started calling it playtime. Remember? You'd make the comparison that mom would call us in to come home for dinner, and there would be this, oh.
You try and have one more game in just quickly. It's
Yeah.
the rush one. But this is what we're doing now. And so now we're just spinning this. And it's the U's, it's the M's, it's the 4s, so when U is the E's coming from the comet. E's.
Yeah.
It wants us. It's through discomfort. It will bring us ease, and you go, that's ridiculous. And I agree, it is ridiculous. But you have to cough up that what you don't serve you, so that you can have ease in the going forward.
Right.
Because if you don't cough it up now, if it feels discomfort now, imagine what it might feel like. It might feel a bit worse next full moon or something. So you
Yeah.
have the emotions, which is oceans. So it's raining on us.
Mhm.
So the emus are raining oceans on us, emotions, and we are all e's, we's, news. Like we are all me, it's all the same.
Right.
And you go, well, that's silly. That's so simple. And I go, yeah, we just complicated it.
Exactly. Almost everything that we're talking about these days is just that's the answer to all of it.
Yeah. But
That we just
I
complicated
know.
it.
But
What?
you've noticed it. I know you have. You've said it to
Yeah.
me, is that you've noticed it just is now. And you just feel now it's okay. Like I've heard you say this. It's okay now. It's here.
Yeah. Yeah. We're totally
It's
here
like
now. It's done. Like the hard
it's
parts are like there's still some sticky residue, like you don't just, come in out of swimming fully clothed and find yourself immediately acclimated to the dry world. You take a bit to dry off and kind of become in that new place. But um, for the most part, though, we have shifted all the way. The shift was so profound, and it was happening simultaneous to the event with my tire. Like the energy around me changed with this rainbow. It was like a rainbow flutter in the air. Like you're able to shift just enough to see that there's an energetic echo. I see this stuff sometimes, but this time it was this beautiful pastel rainbow. And it was just beautiful. It was like, and all of a sudden the breathing was easier, just the relax. And just, I mean, I've been out there messing around with this car for a while. I didn't even realize that because I'm on gravel. I didn't even realize that I didn't think about putting on pants. I was wearing shorts and I was just like crawling around the gravel. When I got done, I looked down and my knees were complete scabs. Just, I don't know, kind of like I wore off the skin off my knees and didn't even notice it because I was so in the zone. But anyway.
So while Mila is taking this tire off, Richard is here in the same time. So we're in our time, Mila's time, but it's synchronized, right? He's taking the tire off Jack's car and swapping it onto Gemma's, Jack's old car to Gemma's. So a year ago, same time, Richard's Jack under the car let go.
Mm-hmm.
That was a red Jack, by the way. And so through letting Jack go, the sun's return.
Right.
This is Mila. This is these are cycles happening. And I think I thought, wow, this is really cute. Thank you for showing me that. Because I'm here listening to Mila's story about the tires going, so your Jack broke. And then the two sons present. I mean, why? You could have had one brother turn up. You didn't have to have two. Then they thought, well, we'll throw in the dog prophecy while we're at it. And we'll give her some friends. And we'll give Maddie some friends too. And I was like, oh, so can you see how many alignments that is? When Mila says it's done, she's like, because it's an alignment, it's alignment, it's alignment, it's alignment on the birthday, on an equinox, on Lent.
Yeah.
On the day, today is Martyr Day. It's Mother's Day in the UK, or a lateral day.
All right.
It's the day. It's the day of the 4. He gives 4 gold roses today. It's working because now got mucus. Yes, you're right. So we're in the Telegram group with Mila.
Excuse me.
And the Pope just came out of hospital.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
And I look at his number plate and I go, "Are you kidding me?" It's a sequence. And so we worked out that the meaning of his number plate means that that they're basically trying to block aliens coming. And what do we have right now? We have the Dragonoid comet passing, because I didn't realize it was the peak day was today. Well, this last 3 or 4 days. But Mila by the wayed me. She goes, "By the way, there's this comet." Anyway, so I leave the Telegram group with Mila. I check the solar flares out, and you can see the comet, the two marks, the two suns, the
Cool.
two tails of. So you see it going from one side of the sun and then coming out the other side of the sun. So I screenshot it and sent it to Mila because I was like, I knew nothing about Dragonoid comet.
Yeah.
And now all I'm thinking about is Dragonoid comet, because I'm realizing it's this energy of this comet that's a lot. It's
Yeah.
so much so that every year they give a gold rose. This is probably why we have Lent. It's because of this comet.
Oh,
This
right.
comet. Yeah, we've been in flood since. We've been in flood rains again. So we had cyclone, sea dragon, and
Right.
then it went a few days sun and then back into flood rain again. I mean, we haven't seen sun for days. We're
Oh,
still in.
that's hard on the soul, man.
Oh my gosh, it's
Oh,
yeah, it's tough. And I even said, I said, "What do you feel from everyone?" And everyone's saying the same thing. We miss the sun. We just miss the sun. And now I'm starting to understand why they're doing it. So are they blocking the sun from us? Because we're in the Southern Hemisphere. We're supposed to see this comet the fullest now.
yeah.
Whereas in your country, you'll feel it in October
Right.
or see it. So we're getting auroras and things like this. But because
Cool.
we're in we got the clouds down, so we can't see anything.
Right.
So not only do we not get to see the sun, we don't get to see the stars either.
Oh,
So see, there's no reflecting going on. And I actually got a little bit of a smile to myself because I know how dragon works. And if they think that they're blocking the sun from us,
yeah.
dragon has a whole nother way of working. She works in the waters. So
All
you
elements.
flooding, well, yeah, you flooding us, whether you're actually helping Dragonoid or not, you're making it spread more.
Yeah.
Faster.
Well, they put it in the code. Remember My Little Ponies? My Little Ponies was the code for dragon.
No.
Like, yeah, like, so I knew that when I was little. Like that each one of this is like the classic, like early 80s My Little Pony cartoon. And like if you look past the commercialism of it, which sometimes is hard to do, but and notice that they bring forward every element, and they're the horses that have taken on the personas of these dragons and then really cutened up, like all of a sudden, like like they uh, make their intellect young, like a child. But it's crazy how much of it they got right. If you look at it, like I probably wouldn't go watch it again, right? I've already seen it when I was young. But you don't.
Well, you posted it. You just posted a little pony, and I said it's got rainbow hair.
Oh, right.
Which is So the rainbow hair, this happens in a few movies where the hair of the horse connects to the rainbow hair, the tail.
Yeah.
And this is what the Indigenous speak of through Australia. The rainbow serpent, the rainbow dragon. It goes through the lands. It's where the whale went. It's the message of Mu. So now, see, now it comes back to the white buffalo woman. Sorry, not white buffalo, white calf.
That's right.
Yeah.
White calf buffalo woman. It's a
Yeah.
mouthful to say that, the whole thing together.
But see, it's playing out in us. And this is what I'm sharing with the audience, Mila. It's not about the messenger, it's about the message. It's not saying I'm that person and Mila's that person. It's just saying we're carriers. We're carrying the message, we're carrying this thread through to bring the alignments to will through for us.
Right.
Because it feels right. And then something that made that audience member listen to us will through them.
Right.
And they might be the ones that have the gifts for us. Like, how do we know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely happened. As the community has been coming together around like all of us, and finding communities in places like YouTube or, like Telegram and Facebook. There's all kinds of different ways to connect with people, but we're noticing that we're doing it now. We're connecting with the people that are like-minded in a lot of different ways, and it's just about, here's the part, this is the right, I kind of emphasize that part of it is that the message I've been getting a lot lately is don't disconnect from your community. And we're talking about spiritual community. You're talking about like the soul family kind of community, like here. Even if you're coming in to just, talk on the chat or, or whatever, just stay connected right now. It's because the stuff that's coming in is really good. It's all gifts. It's all gifts. The visual that Spirit gives me is, when you get into the shower, in the shower, the water itself is the gifts. When you get into the shower of gifts, are you going to take with you an umbrella or a bucket? And I'm taking buckets. I'm seeing how many I can carry, and in these moments that we get these energy spikes of these gifts. And right now we're in one that's going to last through to the end of September. We're in the corridor of corridors, and they're all perfectly aligned on the eclipses. And this very much has to do with dragon. That circled it back to the fact that you're still getting all the dragon code, even though that they're covering the skies.
Well, it's like you said, now it's time to collect. And to collect means you're with nature. So you just say you're collecting seeds. The tree has to give you the seed. I mean, you could shake the tree, but it still has to give you the seed. It has to grow the seed. So that's the tree's creation to you. Then you use the seed and go plant it. And so it's just fair trade. It's a give and receive. This is how an electrical being works. It's a frequency. And so people go, but how's this going to work? And stop trying to think about it. Because let me tell you, you can't, there's no way you can think up and align these gifts coming. We're not that clever.
No.
It's too many calendars to organize. It's hard enough organizing your own calendar. Just allow it to just trust that it's going to be a grand gesture.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean give up, though. It means you still have to have discipline. You still have to have manners. I mean, this is a big one, manners, acting in manners, because this is how if you're acting in manners, and your manners can evolve just like how your diet can evolve or your ascension process can evolve. As you have more understanding, you'll have more manners because you understand their situation. And it doesn't mean you have, just because I don't respond doesn't mean I agree.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes when others go quiet, it doesn't mean that they're weak, and it doesn't mean that they agree either. It means it's not necessary
Hmm.
for them to be entangled,
Yeah.
because they're the dragon that knows.
Yeah.
They've met many dragons, and they've got their skin scorched a few times. So it's so. Sometimes you're meant to work it out. I'm not meant to work it out for you. I'm just here holding space for you to work out. And so, this is why we'll be now. Is this next 6 months? There'll be the ones ones like Mila walking in, and they've got so many buckets they can't get through the door properly. And they'll be laughing about it and tripping over, and then they'll spill all the water, and it'll be almost like comedy, the whole thing, very playful.
Yeah.
And then you'll be the other one going, "That's just silly," trying to say, you don't get water like that. You have to get it from the tap."
Yeah.
And go, "Well, there's many ways to do this. There's not one way. There's many buckets to collect." Um, it's
Yeah.
just you got to do it your way.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And there's no limitation there. Some people may find it better to using another analogy, or pile all of their clothes on themselves and absorb it. Everyone's method's different, and it's correct. It's correct. Just know that it's here for you to accept. And I found that the contrary energy, the discomfort that most are feeling, are one of two reasons. One, this is the most typical though, is that there's too much density that hadn't trauma that hadn't been healed, or limiting notions of any kind. In fact, that's the word that they said, notions. And a friend of mine told me that one definition of notion is a vague or imperfect idea or belief about something. And this that was the word that they used. I was intrigued by it because they never say. I don't use that word, notion, when it pops in so strongly and clearly. It is to release all notions of anything that we had thought we knew about anything. And when we can do that, even in the inhalation and exhalation of a 3 cycle of breathing moment, just release for just a minute. Releasing those notions, all of a sudden makes it possible to carry more of this code. And the other part of the people that are really finding conflict is that those who are holding on think that they need to control it. You know what I mean? Like the ones that are like um, not able to release and believe, trusting in God. The universe will protect you and always be there for you. It seems like there was another one, but so there was a lot that happened about that, and that's happening right now. So just we got a lot of stuff going on. Like it goes like in the list. We got spirals in the sky counting down. We got, there's so much
It's like
happening.
a carnival. It's like a carnival,
Yeah.
right? So I can see Mila going, "So we have this coming out now. I've got this one, this one." So, um, okay. So Notion is a palindrome. So Notion is on at the ends, or no on. So it's gift at the end, which is suns or ones. So it's one at the end. So Notion is is, again, comes back to frequency, and it's 1 to 1. So it's 1 to 1, which is 4. It's compassing you. 1 to 1. I've never looked at this word like this before, ever. It's so funny, Mila. It's so funny. Can I bring up another big code? Because you sent me. So Mila said, been watching these films in this order. I went, oh, did she say film? Film is crustacean. Film is layer. Film is embodiment. And so when Mila says, I watched the film, so you have the mother and the daughter watching crustacean in layers. It's important. I've gone, whoa, okay, I better write this down. So you had mermaid, number 1. Moana, number 2. Lion King, number 3. Tangle, number 4. And then All Ladder, number 5. Aladdin, right?
Yeah.
So this is, I'm still working through this message. I think it's great. The first one was fin feet, 5 digits. The Pope wears a ring on his wedding finger. This one, so that's 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4. No, that's 1, 2, 3 on the third finger. Is that right? Yeah, wedding finger is on the 3. He wears a gold ring. That's a big deal because everyone sees the Pope's hand today coming up because he gives the 4 gold roses. And they still don't know if his health is okay to give the 4 gold roses.
Oh, right.
Yeah. When does the Pope give anything like this? Why does he give 4 gold roses? It's the 4s.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's the gold rise, gold rose. It's not rose or rise, Mila. It's ultraviolet. It's Maddie. It's the cones being able to see ultraviolet. It's infrared. It's not. It's the sun. The sun's the rose.
Yeah. That makes so much
sense. When you look at it, I know, when you look at that dragon with the comet going behind the sun and then the comet coming out of the sun, you look at the sun, it looks like a rose.
It does. It really does.
She's not red. She's ultraviolet.
Right. And it's just like a filter, like you put over to change the color complexities of a photograph.
Yeah.
A filter.
It's purple. Purple is blue. It's the blue. It's language of blue. Okay, so I'll go through it. So we've got fin feet. So we have mermaid is fin feet. So that's the 5 of us, the sea mollusks that we are. Mu'anu, well, that's the tar and the new coming on us. The Lion King, I love because Maddie goes, I give special attention to moo face and scar face. So it's seeing the 2 versions of us. So you got the moo face, which is the son, and the scar face is the father, the one that's had the experiences.
Yeah.
Then you have tar angle, which is pot ash or ash face, and it's smolder. So it's like it's basically the blue genie. It's the spirit. So tapping into spirit. And then you have the number 5 is the blue genie, and it's the power in her. See how this, it's almost like it's taken us through a sequence of the ascension process.
Right.
Yeah, this move, like how she's worked through Disney.
I knew it was a sequence because the way that I felt like I should write it, I added numbers inside when I don't normally do that. Like these were 3s or something.
Well, the other thing was interesting is because it's the digits. The digits have been a big thing because of how we number, how our numbering system has become. And now people are going to hear us talk and go, that's got nothing to do with my life at the moment. I've got to pay all my bills. If you didn't have this, you wouldn't have bills because you had to learn to count first.
Right.
You had to start from here. Otherwise, you wouldn't have bills. It's because of this you have the bills.
Right.
It's, I mean, we bringing it up in Disney movies or in play again, but if it wasn't for this, there would be none of that, the seriousness.
Yeah.
So this is your thumb number. They class this as number 5, but this is index. This one's this one is to show. Then you have the second finger. We call this the rude finger.
The bird.
She just put the rude one up. This is me. This one they use to measure. Me sure.
Okay.
Measure is me sure. So it's the longest one. Then you have the wedding one, which is attached to your spleen. And then you have the littlest one, wee, all the way home. This is little piggy. This is the ewes. They call it the little one, the ewes.
That's funny.
Yeah, so it's the cattle.
And that's the one that's usually missing when you meet ETs. That's the one they don't usually have.
Because they're not a mew. They're not ewes. They're not wees. This is the difference between us and them is the.
Why?
See how Disney's worked. Disney and Maddie has to be in this order. The reason this one's missing is if you look at the fin feet, to stand us up, we needed these ones to still balance us. Right. See, on a dog, that one is up here more. They don't even use it.
Oh yeah, it's kind of near its heel almost.
Yeah, because my dad had military dogs, we had like German Shepherds, so they would cut them off because they would get caught on things.
Oh yeah.
So they would always cut this one off, and I was like, now reflecting back on that as a child, because I always used to ask why do you have to cut things off?
Yeah, it never makes sense.
You have to cut things off. But yeah, so this one was this is our balancer.
I just wonder what the difference is. Why we require it, they don't. Like, I wonder. Do you know the reason?
Well, because the dog doesn't need it because he's on all fours. They made us. They stood us up, left us here.
The ETs I talk to stand, and they don't have a finger there. And so, like, how is it they can stand and we can't without that digit?
Well, now you're starting to talk about time travelers.
Let's hear about it.
Oh, it's now before all. It's all. It's just versions in the future that are working in with us. This is why it doesn't matter. Like, this is why there's no alien invasion, because get over all that. Tap into the consciousness. They're going, come on, you got this now.
Right.
It's consciousness.
When they say we are you, they mean it literally.
Yeah. They're saying to all of us, she carries Odin's. She's the lineage of Odin. She speaks the tongue of many daughters. How can she know all this? No matter how many books you read, Mila, there's no way this intelligence or these words that come out when you speak, it's just embedded in you.
That's true.
Because it is. But you're not suppressing it, you're not fighting it, so it just becomes.
Yeah.
And this is what, see, if we don't do this is what does create disease in us and discomfort, because the energy is so strong now. It has been suppressed in us for too long.
Mm-hmm.
You suppress it now with all this energy coming through, it's going to get messy.
Yeah. Such as using the umbrella in a shower. Not only
It's
do you have
hard.
to collect those gifts with the buckets, but it sprays all over the floor, gets in the carpet in the bedroom next door to the room, like.
And then you can't open it or shut it properly.
Right. There's a lot of downfalls to not collecting the gifts of the time we're in right now.
Yeah. And it never opens properly. There'll always be one side that goes flat and then flicks up. You pull it down, it flicks up again and hits you on the face. And this is not meant to be done this way. You're meant to collect it now. And this is why I'm hearing many say they feeling it just is now. It's relief. It's like an exhale now, because
yeah, that's a good way of saying it.
A huge exhale, right? You haven't stopped coughing and sniffing the whole show.
There's a tree right outside my window that I'm. It's got a lot of pollen right now, and it's really pretty. Like, these trees that all flower are really pretty, but the amount of pollen that's coming in at me right now, like, so it's making me have like lots of sneezing and stuff too.
Well, pollen is pole in. It's the way the trees collected all the E's as well.
Right.
And the tree transmutes it as a creator and then creates pole in. So it gives you their version of E, which then makes you, it lands in you, their version of the E. And so then now you become creators together, because the tree's going, you know what? She doesn't need that anymore. We'll just make her get rid of that one. That's not serving, because the trees know they're the spine of us, and so this sneezing pollen alert, it goes right down the spinal cord, like it's going up and down. Yeah, this is why we need tissues and onions.
Yeah, and that's something that I noticed so much the past 2 days. Like, I've been back on this. Like, I just don't really feel that hungry. I'll think, oh, I should probably eat something, like, but when it's very late in the day, like, I'm thinking about bed kind of late. But except for I want raw onion. And like, so I'll just go over and I'll like cut it, and like I'm like eating the onion. Like, not the whole thing, like I'm eating pieces of it over throughout the day, but like that's all I want to eat is onion. And it absorbs toxins. For those of you, this is my favorite story, really, really fast one. I'll have all these people that could, that have toxins that they're trying to purge and stuff, and I'll bring up the onion. And this is the people who need it the most usually tell me, I can't, I'm allergic. And I'll say, you're allergic to onion, what happens? Well, I have to go to the bathroom right after. Yeah. Yeah, when your body's absorbing a lot of toxins by eating these onions are going to get out as soon as they're full. And if you got a lot of toxins, it's going to go right through your system. So it's not an allergy to the onion. It's the response. The onion's working. And eventually, after a very short time, I'm not telling you this is just if you want. If you are one of the people who think that you're allergic because of that, perhaps try it. And you'll find that after a short time of eating onion more regularly, that this won't occur anymore, except on the occasional moment, So it's amazing what onion can do, making a poultice out of it by like heating it up, sticking it on your ear, it pulls stuff out of your deep, deep ear. Onions are amazing. I went on a kick.
Yeah. Well, Richard had a few nights where he just put it in his socks because he had inflammation on his knee, and I said, "Well, why don't you do the sock one? Because we've seen this a few times."
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so the bedroom
Do you
smells
do
like
it?
onion soup.
Yeah. How do you do it? Do
Um,
you like cut them up in small pieces, or do you do like a flat like slice, or how do you do it?
yeah, we do it like salad. So
Yeah.
I'm laughing because it's so cute. So we just cut in. I don't put the skin because the skin crackles, keeps you awake because you can hear it
Yeah.
crackling.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we just put that in the sock. We're not onion experts, but we're working our way through because we eat so much onion. But
Yeah.
yeah, the onion. When you see, when. So we got fog now. I got really mad when the fog came through this time because it
Yeah.
reminded me of the puppies. So I have emotions, and we lost all the little ones at Christmas time over the solstice. And but the first time the fog came through, the onion saved them.
Yeah.
It was the onion, just by them having cut onion right next to them, saved them.
Yeah.
It brought them, it got them through so that they could take their next breath. And the onion has saved me as well when I was planning on coming to the States, and then all of a sudden I got bitten by a tick,
Yeah.
which then gave me a stroke-like symptom on one side of my face, and then it started affecting my respiratory, and then like Mila with the spring, with the pollens.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it was
Yeah.
just like one thing after another. So
Yeah.
my only friend was the onion. I was like,
Yeah.
it's my salvation, literally. It was an onion.
It really works. Like I found so many different ways to make it work, but this is one that um Barbara O'Neill. Wait, is that her name?
Mm, yeah,
Okay.
she's great.
For some reason, I just thought, yeah. I know she's actually coming here in September. She's doing some type of retreat, not very far from where I live, actually. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, she used I never considered it this way. That's why I'm bringing it up. Is what she talks about is to actually dice the onion up into small little pieces and then put it in like a bread sack or like some type of plastic. I think she had suggested like bags. Anyway, something that's plastic though, so that it keeps the air in. Put that on the person's foot, even if their foot can't fit right inside of the sack, just like to hold it against them and then put a sock on top of that. That was her suggestion. And I tried that. And holy crap, the difference. It was stronger. Like I don't know. I knew I needed to pull something out of my system right then. So I don't know, but typically the onion doesn't look that dark. Like one of the things that onions will do, it'll draw out stuff from its environment as well as your body. If you put it on the bottoms of your feet, because the pores are biggest on your feet than anywhere in your body. It's a way of done. But yeah, so I tried it and it freaking works better than anything. You can put it on your skin, like if you're having something near your belly. You can. I've had people do that. I've held a half cut one on my lung when I'm having lung stuff going on, and the coloration of it is crazy. But I'll usually have one out as a control. Like I'll cut it in half and put one out because I like to see the difference.
Well, it's showing you, right? Like it's going, this is, so is this in one night you notice a discoloration?
Yeah.
Wow. It is amazing, right?
Yeah.
So, so a way you can say thanks to the onion is just cut the top or the bottom off and tip it over and put it on a wet tissue or wet, on a saucer, and it'll start growing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying like little things you can do, so that then your little onion growing on your kitchen window or bathroom window is a reminder of you can do this.
Yeah.
It becomes like a little altar. I'm just saying things to trigger people because so much is coming at us, not just others, but us as well, information and messages, and passing your little altars around the house or your little anchors of you're okay, you can do this, wearing, like Mila wears I love this story. Mila wears a hairband.
Oh yeah.
And she puts a sense in, because we all wear, all the girls in our family wear hairbands on their wrists because we're always tying our hair up in between the horses or doing chores. And so Mila will put a sense in it. This is an ancient tradition, by the way.
Really?
You didn't think it up, Mila. This is an Odin one. This is passed way back.
Interesting. I'm not
This
surprised.
is great great grandmother. But they would put a sense in it to bring you back to your senses. And Mila said, "What do? You fling it."
Yeah, just flick it, just gently, like, here's one. Just, you just like kind of flick it. You don't do it hard. I just had, you just flick it and it brings out the essential oils that I've steeped it in. I don't like steep it, like it's not like fully submerged, but like, yeah. And then when I do that, it does two things. Like it it's like a behavioral uh cue, basically, if you look at behavioralism, and if you're quitting something, I've also heard this working. Like I've heard people quitting smoking the same way. But then also you have the added benefit of you've put essential oil in there. One that will, like lavender is what I use because it uplifted. It's an uplifting uh, essential oil for me. For me, it makes me feel very pleasant and balanced if I'm having difficulty with fear or anxiety. I haven't had that for a long time, but lavender's what saved me, was having it in my bracelet or in my hairband.
Well, see, this is so cute because you might see now Buddha monks change all their beads over, and they're going to start wearing hairbands.
Right.
They go, we should have thought of that. Look, she's Odin's daughter. We'll get rid of the beads.
And
We
I
need
got one on my
hairbands.
neck too. These are all crystals.
But it's like the hairbands and you beads. But what's interesting with the flicking is they do this in a lot of films where you're in a dream and they pinch you.
Yeah, that's
Wake
right.
up.
Right.
Am I in a dream? That's what I'm saying. This hairband thing, this might. So we got the Christmas tree coming in on the 11th of September because that's the day that it should be happening. So I got all these people buying Christmas trees on this day now. And now you got all these religions getting rid of the bees and getting hairbands. And so can you see how they've got to restructure advertising and their marketing campaign for 2026 because it's all new now. But this is what
Wait.
will happen.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
the new thing. Okay, we're out of Christmas trees in
That's so
September. It's crazy. But what I'm saying is what is and what was are two different now. It's not like this anymore. You cannot keep running the the wasness. You got to run the isness of it.
Yeah.
Running the isness of it because it just is.
Yeah.
The wasness we've played this game way too much, and it really is failing. It doesn't work. It makes us ill. It doesn't serve us. It looks, to ones that understand, it looks really silly. It's confusing, and it has a funny ring to it. Like, it doesn't look pretty anymore. Just doesn't. Things that used to look pretty don't look pretty anymore. Whereas this stuff that we're talking about, the new ways, it's so much easier.
Yeah.
It really is. And so by us all showing us, by sharing these stories, you'll see the smile on Mila's face and the smile on my face, and you'll go, that used to be my smile. I have to get my smile back.
Oh.
I have to get my smile back. I need a pack of hairbands. I'm going to soak them in onion.
There you go.
Soak them in onion.
I used to get and make kind of my own aromas with the wildflowers, and that works too. You just don't want to soak them for too long, then they get sour. But it really works, man. It's so something else was brought up about onion. You just circled back, so I'm gonna say it. Onion also takes the bacteria out of the refrigerator. This is actually a known fact, and now think about doing that to your bedroom and to your living room or to whatever space you spend time in. It pulls out the stuff in the air. It also does that against the surface of your skin. It works very well also when we eat it raw. So I've found that there's a lot of different ways to do it where it's cooked, but it's best when we're eating it for this purpose to do it as undercooked as possible, if not at all. It's just something that I've discovered, so Hayes 222. Just something to keep in mind. But isn't that cool? You can see that. And if you leave it one out, you'll notice that it will pull in some yellow. That's the stuff from the air that you're glad to not be breathing anymore. Thank you very much, Onion. Also, you'll be able to see that it pulls even more out through your skin. Yeah, it's really amazing. So anyone who hasn't tried it, I've strongly encouraged that you do.
So it's interesting, the color. The color is dark because this is the tar versions.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the other one thing I wanted to say is Ariane. Hello, Ariane. She said onion. I looked down at the word onion. Onion's notion.
Ocean?
Onion's a palette. Notion and onion are very similar.
Notion?
Notion and onion are the same. They're palindromes, but it's the same, nearly the same. It's nearly the same. They've added another line in it, but it's 111. And then you said 222, and she wrote onion. And on 222, Ariane wrote beautiful. I'm just saying the synchronicities and dovetailing of the words and the timing across continents.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure Ariane is in Australia at the moment. So we've got Australia, Kansas, Australia. So you see how...
Yeah. It's against the law to say Arkansas here, by the way. It is against the... Isn't that funny? If you don't say Arkansas, it's actually technically against the law. Like, I don't think you'll get a ticket. It's called it's Arkansas. You're supposed to say Arkansas instead of Arkansas.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's funny. Isn't that funny?
So seriously, if I come over there and say it, they're going to tell me to freeze. And I'll go, yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. Freeze. I saw that movie too.
Some of these laws around here, I love looking up. There's actually whole websites devoted to telling you all of the weird laws that are still in place. They just never stopped that law. Like some of the laws in Utah were the ones that made me laugh the hardest. There's a lot of laws against a variety of sexual positions in Utah. Yeah.
Wow. It's so, well, this is interesting because this is where it comes from again. So what happens is they put all these laws in place and then they go dormitory, but they're still there. They're still a thing, like you said.
Mm.
So you have Elsa visiting Mila, and, I'm saying it the wrong way because Elsa says everything the wrong way. And, yeah, I get arrested.
Yeah.
Well, I'm locked up because I'm not
Freeze!
playing.
Show your hands.
Did they just freeze Elsa?
Funny.
But what's funny is that is it really necessary that?
Yeah.
And so what is necessary? The cosmos law is necessary
Yeah.
because you do have to act with manners and kindness for the true alignment of you, and because it comes and flows through easily. If you're acting in discord, which is fine because that has its purpose as well, but if you are acting in discord, it will throw alignments out for a reason.
Yeah.
And sometimes those discords have to come through to throw that alignment out for the next alignment to happen over here.
Right.
So Mila texts me and goes, I can't go anywhere. My car is literally stuck. So that discord set up that whole play out.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
It is so cool. And
So cool.
being able to see it in it too, because it was just one thing after another. It felt like, it's like something like the jack broke, like, and then the one that I ordered, the thing is the jack broke after I got the tire off. And so the car fell lower than it would have if there was a tire holding it up, right? Because it was now right on what is that? Not even the wheel. What is that? The brake? It was laying on that axle. It shouldn't have done that. It's not very good for your car. Anyway, because of that, I couldn't get the new jack to lift high enough up. Like it just wouldn't work. And so I wasn't able to get the car up high enough where I had to put the jack in, the new one that I had delivered, which is red, by the way. You've mentioned that your jack was red. And so then somebody drove by and asked, are you okay? Do you need something? And it happened to be one of two brothers that, miraculously showed up and just had a really good jack. I wanted to lift it up higher. It was also red. And was able to fix the, I know.
So this is how the Bible was written, right? And people go, no, it wasn't. It was written by these really holy, spiritual people. And I'm going, yeah, but they're all right. That's okay. But how do you think they came up with the storyline from things that happened? So there's no way Mila has the strength to lift her car up or put her car down. So what they do, they ground car, Magi. When you said it was done, your car grounded.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you grounded car. So it waited till you got the tire off. Can you see what these alignments are? So I'm just saying this is cosmos. So it drops the car down and grounds it. So it grounds magic, right?
Right.
And then the two sons present, and they say the two word, the okay, okay, it's correct speech. Okay is correct speech. It's manners. Are you okay?
Right.
Those simple words that will help Mila out. So just that story alone of everything that happened, the dog, the feast, You went and had something to eat with them.
Yeah, we went over and found a bunch of toads.
Then you had the fae and the goblins show up. Like, it's so cute, right? The whole story is it's a whole episode.
Mm-hmm.
And so that becomes a tell, and then in decades from now, they could have whole religions run around that whole story. I'm just giving an example.
Right.
That's
Like the
what
life of
happened to
Brian.
that's how a story happens. A story means you become. This is what they made. The Bible. They made the Bible. You have to become this, but it's not in that time. And not everyone's a shepherd, but you still have to become the Bible. So they're wanting us to anchor that story in our world, and it doesn't work. We can't do that. We need hairbands now, not beads.
Yep.
Can you see what I'm saying? So this is why when I say the new way, yes, it was done that way, but now we do it this way.
Yeah.
Your way. That's why I'm not saying religion isn't important. Religion is important. Everything's important to this point, but don't anchor in it. Anchor in you.
Right. When they severed the connection between the individual and whatever their higher power energy they're talking about, that was the greatest deception of them all, because it disempowered the people. Believing there needs to be an intermediary, be it a priest, a rabbi, a pastor, I don't know, there's a lot of different words. That I'm not taking away from it either, but I agree that, we need to, this was a gift that's natural to you. It's already within you, your connection to creator source, and so doing what you can to reconnect, and listen to some of these things that Elsa and I and others like us talk about. Like some of it seems pretty out there. You're like, wow, I don't know what that person's on right now. And sometimes it's like, wow, I never realized it. And we're either planting seeds or we're guiding you a different direction. And we're doing what we're meant to do. And the thing to do with this word notion, us releasing these notions, is a message for what we should do right now. Releasing, and this is part of it, is religion. And I'm not saying to release it forever, for 5 minutes. Everything you think releasing all these notions of what is and what has been, even, that's including your past. Releasing those notions is kind of a hard little trick, but just doing it like regularly, like in moments of meditation, daily, if not more, right now, during this window of time, throughout the remainder of April too, you'll find the release and this euphoria that settles in instead. I get to be on that euphoric side, so that's why I'm like, I'm still grounding it in. I'm really having a hard time focusing and staying on point, because there's so much coming in. I'm listening to Elsa and I'm reading your comments and getting downloaded at the same time, this whole hour and a half, so it's been like, but it's a really cool place to be. It's something worth pursuing.
So you just said it's an hour and a half. Now I feel like Mum's called us in. It's so weird, right? So I only felt like it was 10 minutes, and now you're saying it's an hour and a half. So, well, I'm just saying, like, this is me. I go, oh, like, this is, see how time does? It just like ties me to it. It's like, oh, that's so okay. But it's That's what it is. That's what time does, and you just go, "Oh, okay."
Fine. Can you play tomorrow?
Look, you walk inside really slow.
Yeah. We used to call it the dying goose routine. You
Yeah,
just
it's like, drag, the drag. Yeah. But, 2 seconds before this, you're running so fast, but then you hear
yep.
those words and you're like, "Oh." And I guess that's why, so to me, this is, a gift to me because I can share, and it's also, opening, and it's open space. It's very rare to have, these encounters with others where you can be open, and when you find them,
Yeah.
you're just buzzing. You're excited, and you'll probably burn each other out because 'cause you're so excited. But, this is creating.
Yeah.
Now, so if we, like, all start doing this, like, when I see, when I see other shows, Mila, I get the same. I get this same buzzy feeling, and, I get it, like, I could be half asleep, and then I'll see you live or something and go, "Whoa."
Yeah.
And wake It's like a caffeine hit, and, so you get buzzy because it's, excitement, and you're in pure creation.
Yeah.
It's a space, and then but you can't hold that space all the time either. Then you gotta go and, like Mila said, you're getting this, and this happening all at the same time. You gotta embody it.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't be able to run your ship like that all day long.
Right. No, that would wear us out so quickly.
Yeah. Well, the onions would get jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then, Mila and Maddie spend special time together, or Mila upset the delivery guy.
He's funny.
Have you got any more delivery guy stories? I know we gotta go.
William. Will I
His name's
am.
Will I Am. Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a William. Wow.
Yeah. It's kind of
So
funny. They don't know how to
so
act.
so can I ask one thing? Does he make eye contact? Is he able to make eye contact? Is he too shy?
Only when he's leaving.
Because he feels safe.
Yeah, like he'll like start to turn to walk away and then glance up at me. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
he's
it's
nervous.
it's really funny. But like I think it's funny because people don't know how to. We're Yankees. We're from the north. They don't really know exactly where. Like what I just heard the other day is we figured you were somewhere in California or Oregon or something. And like, so I guess I have a way and an accent. And they don't know how
Oh,
to
oh,
behave.
you have an accent there, do you?
Oh yeah. They can tell. They think I'm Californian or Oregonite.
Organized. Um, hang on. So why? Which words spike it? Is there
Well,
a
there's a
letter?
real southern draw here, so it's like they say bowl instead of boil, and they say
Oh,
bowl, like, and like, so they do a fish bowl, and that means fish boil, and like
oh,
there's a real. I like it. I really like. It's kind of like this. It does. If there's this part though that still happens when I'm listening to somebody with the accent from here, those who are from here have a real thick accent. Is there's part of me that's kind of to break character, waiting for them to break character because it seems so you forget that that's really how they talk. Because I'm so used to it being only done as like pretending to have an accent. It's weird. We're in a whole different world here. They have Black Panthers here. Yeah.
oh, wow.
Maddie had a freaking tarantula in her bedroom. They are wild here.
No,
Yeah. Big giant spiders that are furry. Yeah.
Oh, I call them the hairy ones. There's a really big. We call them. See, you call them tarantulas. I don't know if it's the same, but our huntsmen here, they call them huntsmen.
Mm,
And I go, why did they give him that name?
yeah.
Well, why is he looking at me like that? And Gidget does the huntsman where she goes, I can hear him tapping, and they go like this, and they
Mm,
tap. I don't know if your ones do this, but you can hear them tapping. And if you can hear them tapping, they give you an idea of the size of them because
yeah. Yeah.
it's like well, obviously you can't eat me because I'm that much bigger, but still, a spider is like holding ground. I don't know what tarantulas do when they probably lift up their legs at you, huh?
Well, yeah, they also, it turns out, I didn't know this until after. What I had done is I got like a yogurt container or something, and a broom dustpan thing, and I went in there and just put the cup thing over the top of it, and then slid underneath the cup. I slid the dustpan, and it went in, and it was like scared, like, so its legs were bent up, like it has an extra joint, so it made it look smaller, and it fit right into the cup. Turns out, though, Maddie told me afterwards, she knows all this stuff. They shoot their little hairs off of them at you, and when they're feeling threatened, and it's like a defense mechanism, and those little hairs get stuck in your skin and they irritate you. Like, it doesn't, it like, it hurts, and it's a really big annoying problem that takes forever to like clear off your skin. I had no idea. I walked right up to that, I was like, hey, I'll take care of you, and I'm so glad I didn't know that. I would have been so nervous.
So it's like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
wow. Wow. Oh, this one that I got rid of a few times. So it's like a horror film. So I go back to the bathroom because he's always on the bathroom, but sometimes he's on the inside of the window and sometimes he's on the outside.
Oh,
But
right.
if you're half asleep,
Yep.
so I'll be in the bathroom and I look up and I'm, morning to the spider, and then I jump because I realize he's actually
Right.
inside with me. And then the sweats come, and I love the spiders, but when they're that big and hairy and
Yeah.
they're clapping at me, and I know they're looking at me with all those eyes. Okay, I know, I know, I know, I know. I'm so sorry, but you're freaking me out.
We get some pretty good sight. We had one that was just like that. They just kept, what the spiders around here do outside is they you can hear them. This big giant one, I could hear it walking. I could hear it freaking walking. Like, and I'm not making that up. Like, it was so big that when it walked on the it's like concrete porch, but when it walked on the concrete porch, you could hear it clack, 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 clack. It was like, oh my gosh. Anyway, the spiders around here have learned to just go lean up against your door, just at the crack where the door would open. And they just lean up against it until you open your door. And so, like, they're trying to get in, and I was outside, and he kept coming over and clack, 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 and then leaning up against my door, like he was just like, "Hey, mom, I'm home. Can you let me in?" I'm like, "What are you doing? No, you can't go in my house. What are you talking about?"
Now we got the William shows up, and Mila's at the door and goes, "I can't open the door. He's there." He goes,
Right.
"Yeah, I know I'm here." And he goes, "No, the other one." And then you got, or you
It's
got
so
like the with the water when he starts walking over to the front door and
yeah.
he's coming.
Right. That's so
Oh,
funny.
Mila, it's so good talking to you. I like it
Yeah.
because attention to small, but dealing with the big. And this Pope today, one of the timelines shuts today too. I think they change over. It's Europe. We change over next weekend.
All right.
So that time phase
That's
we've been
tomorrow.
in. Yeah. So now we go into the mother phase. So we got Mother's Day, and then it goes all the way through to our Mother's Day, and the US is the same.
Yeah.
I think it's a 6-week period. So again, cycles upon cycles. So we've got the 6 months of the eclipse, and then the 6 weeks of martyr energy. So it will rattle. Mothers rattle. We do. We don't mean
Yeah.
to, but it's that it's like they know how you got here.
Yeah.
Go deal with mom. She knows. So you got to go down, and there'll be little dark things that you've just missed, or because mum sees it all.
Yeah.
I mean it in a playful sense too.
Yeah.
But the one thing. So this sounds dark, but the elites have to show up.
Right.
So they have to symbolize in public. It's part of the agenda of them or their rituals. It's not their rituals, it's the cosmos rituals, Mila. You'll love it. It's the cosmos. You have to be the ark. You're the mark, but you have to act it. And this is why he goes and gives 4 gold rises, because he's in the act of it. He has to show it in public.
Right.
So he's doing it, or their religion does it. They do this act, and then they play it out of this prayer, because they want to steer it this way, because that's their way of creating. And they've done this for a long time and known it. We've had it turned off in us. So now we go and do it.
Yeah. And
That's why you're saying it's done. Yeah, that's why you're saying you go get your hairband and you flick it. What's done is done. And you flick the hairband and you go, so it is.
It feels all so and the countdown of the spiral in the sky told us so too. Like if you go back and see the post I put on Facebook, I'll try to remember to put that up as a post on YouTube as well. It's also on Telegram though. Is these spirals are counting, and it started in 1981, and that was one thing I wrote down to make sure we didn't forget to mention before the show was over.
Oh.
And that's
Well,
why
the
I'm bringing
spiral.
it up.
Well, the spiral, not only did Mila have the spiral, I had the spiral on the 21st with a horse, which is, it's Trisk Lion. It's the 3 spirals. I just had it with Dr. Joe with the triangle. Mila says, look, all the spirals in the sky are presenting. And then the meteor guy, he has spirals in Alaska. It's not me, it's not Mila, it's everyone's, the ones who see all the spirals. And so it becomes, it is Batman's mark. it's the mark. It's the whole cosmos. It's all butterflies, it's all dovetailing, all at this time. It's the grand spiral. It's the grand gesture.
Yeah.
That's why you needed to say it, Mila, because it is that blue spiral, the 2 spins, is the grand gesture. It's 144. It's your birthday. It's your birthright.
Right.
You knew that it was 2 years.
Yeah.
You know why you knew it was 2 years? This is when we met.
Yeah. That's right.
We met at this time.
2 years.
Yeah. So we are having the similar floods again.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You're
not as
right.
bad, but see, there's no coincidence. Like, this is why you want to bring up the blue spiral, is because you've I think it was definitely 2, right, that you saw?
Sorry, what?
The blue spirals, it was,
Oh yeah.
is it a 6, it's a 6 and a 6, or was it 2? I can't remember.
It looks like a 6 and a 9.
Yeah. Well, that's yin and yang. That's the 2 marks. That's the 2 notes. That's the vision I have of you and Maddie. But it's
Yin and
with a
yang.
tail. It's 2 tails. It's the 2 suns. See how when you start putting it together, it is not here. It's here, here, here. So you can't ignore it. You have to bring it up. You have to speak about it. You have to tell.
It's here. And it's been telling. It's the earliest photograph that they found was 1981. But they found in New Mexico, in Utah, in Arizona. They found a bunch of there's other places too. I remember the one was Japan. There was a bunch of different places that they have this on cave walls, this very same image. It's something that goes back and back and back. And if you look at the depictions on the cave walls and compare it to these different photographs that we have about every 2 years or so, too, then you'll see it's actually been a ticking down. Like, we're here now. It's like it is like it's a good thing, though, just to be clear. I know that there's like whenever we think that something's ticking, it's because of these movies about having to hurry and pull the red wire or whatever. It's not a bomb. It's finally time. And then the oneness started to really come in even stronger through these portals, the spiral portals. Look, she even put spirals up there too.
Well, and so the meeting of Mila and I, the timestamp of it was part of the story of the tell of us. So, and the journey of the last 2 years that we've shared, and you've shared the story of Mila and the story of Elsa, that it's the sharing to this point, and then it goes like this, like that.
Yeah.
Or the flick of the hairband, and then you go, okay. But it's not like you stop here.
Right.
And it's not like it does everything for you. Let me tell you, I've still got lots cleaner.
Oh, yeah.
But it and but it you just go, okay. And then you go into the new stuff. You don't carry all that with you. It's just a story to tell so that it eases you through the next things.
Right.
That's why next time something goes wrong with your car, not you, Mila, but something goes wrong with someone else's car, they'll look at it in a more playful manner rather than an abusive, I'm going to tell someone off manner.
It can be beautiful if you see and allow that to be the truth that it's coming in, because then it just shifts for you and it happens.
So can you? I see in the news all these reporters saying there's this strange phenomenon. All these people are having spiritual awakenings with their cars breaking down. We don't know what's going on.
There actually really is a thing about the batteries of a car. This is a phenomenon that's happening with a lot of us. I have to jump my battery all the time. So much that I have one of those carry along ones, because and I'm not the only one. For some reason, I don't know if it's the one just in the States or if it's been across the globe, but empaths and car batteries are not having a lot of friendship. Like hanging out with each other, we're draining the batteries. Somehow the batteries are all dying. It's weird.
Yeah, well, it's our batteries we're exactly the same here. So this is on both hemispheres now. But it's not just cars, it's the quad bike, it's all batteries. Yeah, all batteries, Mila. We're having, like, if their life duration was 20 years or 10 years, we're only getting like 1 or 2. Even I'm sure the battery dude keeps scratching his head going, I've never had so many returns. It's not just ours, it's our kids, their friends, their parents. They're all having the same battery issues. Everyone here talks about it all the time. I always laugh because it's the terminals, right?
Right.
So when we say it's all, it is all. It's like the message in the Disney movies. It's all of us going through this.
Yeah.
Including a car battery and washing machine. Sorry, Mila. Yeah.
It's okay.
All at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, each one of us are having it come through differently, and just, it's useful to connect with other people right now for a lot of different reasons. Measuring up to each other is not one of them, because we all have a different path, slightly. However, sometimes measuring up's kind of fun, as long as you're not doing it to, like, say, I'm not reached a point. Instead, say, hey, look, you did this too, or because it could be very validating, So, but
measuring up is the rude finger. It's the measure.
Interesting. That's funny.
Oh, I'm going to be laughing about that all day. Do you know that? Don't measure up with people because it's that one. So the measuring thing. Funny. Oh, Mila, thank you for today.
Thank you very much. And I just want to highlight this comment. It's really beautiful. Jenny says, thank you both for the 2 years of ushering us along with you. Thank you, all of you. This has been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed all that has happened, and I'm looking forward to what's to come. There's a lot more in store. Ground the energy best you can, to do whatever it is that's right for you. Grow something. I love Elsa's example of onion. Anything, grow something. You're going to find that it's going to assist you in a deeper way than you realize, especially if it's something that you can consume. So anyway,
just thanks, Mila.
no,
thank you. I'm just yeah, thank you, and thanks for meeting up today. Today's a special day, so I mean every day's special, but it just feels like we got this again. Like, we got it. Lose it, you get it. You lose it, you get it. But we got it. I really feel it. I can feel it. I know you can feel it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's intense. And we're going to be in this energy through and past Lionsgate into September. So we're in this corridor of corridors for a while. Like, the reason it's called corridor of corridors is I forgot to say this. The equinox is lined up on into the eclipse corridors. So we just got done with the first corridor, and for the next eclipse, we're also gonna, or excuse me, for the next equinox, we're in the middle of another eclipsal corridor. In fact, the day of the solar eclipse is the day of the next equinox, and so that's why. Yeah, that's why I put that in the title. I forgot to even talk about it.
It's okay. I know I gotta go. I'll just leave with this. So that's the E-core. The E-core is on the gold spine. It's no wonder Dragonoid. Wow, this is a big year. It'll be interesting to see if the Pope does do the 4 gold, because they don't know whether he's going to do it or not this year. But every year he does it. Every year they do it, but this year.
Right.
Weird, right? So it's in the E-core. It's in the E-core, so it's going from east to west. Because this is the time where your sun and my sun are open together at the east and west. So it's something to do with her horizon, her eyes in.
Right.
So you're like seeing the gold cord of us. Like, this is huge. Wow, that's really cool, Mila. Good.
Yeah. And it doesn't happen like it's very difficult for it to do this. It's very like precise. And so like the equinox was on the 20th, right? For this hemisphere we called it the spring equinox. And for the northern hemisphere, or sorry, for the southern hemisphere, that was the autumn equinox or the fall equinox, right? Um, and now um and it lined up with that one, and this next one's lined up with the other one. So then what we're going to have a lunar eclipse on September 7th, and then a solar eclipse on September 21st. What's more is that each one of those uh lunar eclipses that happen, but because it works out, there's a lunar eclipse and then 2 weeks later there's the solar eclipse, is that our moon also changed its nodes. Its north and south nodes are different than it used to be. It's the first time it's happened in a really long time. I can't remember anymore. It's been so long since it's happened, though. They switched. So the south node of the moon is now Virgo, and north node is now Pisces. What's super duper fascinating about that, too, is that both of the lunar eclipses come in on the new node. So the first one's on the first new node, and then the other one's on the other new node. Like it comes in and activates it with that lunar power. Yeah, it's crazy.
So E core is on core because it's telling us about both eclipses, both ends, which is E3,
Right.
which is the gates to see gift. So it's the grand gesture again. The
Yeah.
word, the astrology, the terminology, the ruins, it all see how. So this is how it confirms it for me. Yeah, it's like Ariane said, it's the horizontal, it's the leveling out of us.
Yeah.
So just keep coming back to getting level again. Yeah, however best you can level out. So it'll come in, you'll get rattled, you'll move up and down on your equilibrium or your horizon and just keep leveling out. It's not always going to be rough seas. It's only rough seas for while the wind's coming through. So just allow it to come through and then let it level out. Water always finds its level.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It always
Awesome.
finds its heaven. So that's we're 70% of that. So wear it. Wear that instead of I've got to pay this bill, I've got to pay that bill. Just trust in that the water in me will level out. So which is heaven. Level is heaven with the angels on either end, the angles on either end.
I like
It's a
that.
palindrome again. Yeah, so it's heaven. So level, whatever's going on that's creating drama or stress, it's only for that. Just let it level out, and you'll see sense in this. Then go from the sense point. You can't go from crazy point. Yeah, making decisions in crazy points hard.
Yeah. Yeah. We just shifted a lot of new things that are lining up with what you just said too. Like I did it. My birthday is March 27th. I just had it a couple of days ago, and I'm just saying that because it's not uncommon for Easter to fall on my birthday, which is the end of March. It's super uncommon for it to fall on April 20th, which it does this year. It's really super duper uncommon. That's a statistical unlikelihood. And what's more is it doesn't fall on my birthday again until the late 2080s, like 2087 or something like that. So all of a sudden, it's not gonna fall on my birthday anymore for a really long time. But it's falling on this day that many consider sacred, the 20th of April, the 420. There's a lot of symbolism of that we could go on for a million more hours, but we got to wrap it up. I'm so excited. I'm like, yeah, here we go. Let's talk about this stuff. But I got to get going, unfortunately. We did just have a big solar flare. We had a X1.4 solar flare. I know the likelihood of being that number. So lots going on.
Thanks, Mila. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, we have to wrap it up. But I love all of you very, very much. And I plan to have Elsa back on again soon. I know someone asked if we're going to do an anniversary show. That would be kind of fun. I think that was July. Was it July when we met? What date? We have to figure that out. And maybe we could do that. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We'll think about it.
Anniversary show. It's just like any excuse. Let's think of a new excuse to do something. So you haven't even come inside and had dinner, but we're already thinking of what can we say to Mum? We'll say something. We can do this show.
Yeah. Fun. But one way or another, we always know we'll have Elsa back on soon. So just we'll let you all know. And thank you so much for joining us. All of you that are joining in now, whether it be replay or in the live, thank you all for being present. Hold that light, hold that power. You got that power within you. Trust yourself and stay connected, man. Talk to people. There's a link for our free Telegram group in the description of this video. If you'd like to join our community, it's free. And it's just a bunch of people like us that are just chatting, and they're all over the planet. So there's always somebody awake. It's kind of convenient. So thank you all for being here. And thank you also once again for joining us. We'll see you again real soon. Aha, blessings.